Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers and sisters, I hope you're well. How are you finding life? I'm finding life exciting, interesting, and full of opportunities. I'm very content with what I have in my life at the moment. It's all about perspective, in my view. If you look at life and think, oh, it's so difficult, it's burdensome, I can't cope with it, it's never good enough, all the problems I can't really deal with, I've had enough, then life will look gloomy and miserable. But if you look at your life as an opportunity to develop and grow, opportunities for you to make whatever you want to make. You can dream big and you can realize that dream. It's about perspective. And that perspective is what makes my life, in my personal view, so much exciting. No burden is ever too big for me to bear. That's how I look at it. And there is a verse in the Quran teaching all of us exactly that. Let me read it to you. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah number 2, verse 286. Not all of the verse, just the first part, where Allah says, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. And this is the meaning of this verse. God does not burden anybody more burden than they can bear. And in our favor or his or her favor shall be whatever good he or she does, and against him will be whatever bad or evil he or she does. Whatever we put in life is what we get. If you put into your life good, you get good. If you put into your life bad, you get bad. But the first part of the verse is what I want to talk about, is what I want to explain and share my thoughts with you, is that God does not give any more burden than you can bear. Some people say, I can't take it anymore, especially when they're going through suffering, pain, illnesses, many challenges in life, debt, joblessness, difficulties, etc. I can't take it anymore. That is not true. You can take it. That's why you're still alive. If you couldn't take it, you would be dead. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you can say those things, these are the facts that indicate that you're alive and the fact that you could take it. So believe in yourself that any burden that comes in your way, you can take it. And believe in the words of God, where God says, you will not be burdened with more than you can take. It's a simple equation. If you have lost your job, how do you know that job loss that you have had isn't an opportunity and a wake-up call for you to go and get a different job, a better job? How do you know the fact that you are going through difficulty isn't polishing you to become stronger, developing your own resilience, your inner strength? The fact that you've had a loss, how do you know your loss is not going to bring you greater gain? How do you know? Why do you rule it out? Why do you look at it so pessimistically, so negatively? It's like the world has come to an end just because you've got one challenge in front of you. You may be facing one challenge. There are people who are facing many challenges in life. You may have lost a job. There are people who are starving. You may be going through some difficulty now. There are people who are going through extreme difficulties. And let me share with you my personal story. My young son, when he was a baby, he fell and he hurt himself and he needed hospital treatment. So my wife called me up and she said to me, could you come and pick him up please and take him to hospital? It was midnight and I was far away. So I came back home. I picked him up and I took him to the hospital. After he was treated, I was coming back home and I got in the lift. And as I was coming down inside the lift, there was a man standing. He was making some noise. He was whistling as if somebody is very happy. His whistling made me irritated. So I looked at him and I said to him, why are you whistling? It is a hospital full of 6 children and here you're whistling. He goes to me, I don't understand what your problem is, but calm down. I said to him, what do you mean calm down? It's past midnight. I'm exhausted after a day of work. My son is not well. I had to come here for a treatment. I'm going home now. It's just an exhausting day and a difficult time. He went quiet, didn't say anything. So I said to him, so why are you in this hospital? He said to me, well, my daughter is not well. I said, what's the illness? What's her problem? What's the issue? He said, well, she's suffering from leukemia. I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that she's suffering from leukemia. He said, it's okay, don't worry. I said, what's the latest situation on your daughter? He said, well, the doctor has given her 7 days to live, that is. She's got 7 days to live. And today was the 7th day. She had just passed away. And I've said goodbye to her and I'm going home. And I looked at the man and I felt this small because I was complaining about my son injuring himself from a fall. And here is a man who has just lost his daughter and he was still content. And I was complaining. Ladies and gentlemen, when difficulties come your way, always remember, you're not the only one who's going through difficulty. There are others who are going through greater difficulties than you are. If you can withstand that difficulty through patience, you'll be okay. If you can invest goodness, even when you are going through difficulty, you'll be okay. If you can invest positivity, you'll be feeling uplifted. If you can think the world is full of opportunities, greater good is going to come in my way, then you will be happy and content. But if you invest negativity, you will find misery, doom and gloom. If you invest your own prejudice, your own fears and anxieties on a difficulty that you're facing. In other words, you're putting into what you're facing more negative energy, opportunities will disappear from in front of you. The world will look like the end. So the bottom line is, no burden is ever more difficult, more burdensome than you can take. Have that belief. You can take it. Have that belief in Allah. Allah will not put any burden more than you can bear. It's about developing that self-belief. It's about developing that, we call it taqwa in Arabic, God consciousness. We call it tawakkul in Arabic, reliance on God. We call it trusting God, trusting in your affairs, with your affairs in the hands of God. Let God deal with it. You've done your best. Now let God deal with it. So, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها simply means you'll be okay. The difficulty that you're going through, something better will come. You can bear it. More opportunities will come. You can bear it now. The pain you're going through is not too difficult. Like a daylight breaks through the depth of darkness, like a storm is always followed by calmness. Like that, difficulty is always followed by ease. Hardship is always followed by ease. Sadness is always followed by happiness. If you believe in this cycle of life, no difficulty will ever seem too big or too burdensome. May you develop that faith and belief, and may your resilience grow day by day. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.